here's the 4-part framework that helped me do it, right? Now, the first most important thing is actually having an offer, right? And specifically a high ticket offer, because, especially when you don't have a massive audience, you can't reach as much potential customers, right? So it's extremely low leverage if you're selling, let's say, like a $50 thing, like a community, or $50 for coaching, or for sessions or stuff like that, right? So you want to sell high ticket, which is above 1K prices, right? And the way that you do that is by creating a high ticket offer, which is I help niche. So a specific group of people. It could be like, I help entrepreneurs, I help busy professionals. Basically a group of people get a desired outcome that they want when it comes to fitness, right? Like maybe getting a 6-pack in a certain time frame using a unique mechanism, which this pretty much just helps you separate yourself from the entire market, right? Like maybe without sacrificing your favorite food, without going to the gym or something like that, with weighted calisthenics. So you want to have your unique thing inside the offer. And then you want to charge high ticket prices above 1K. Low ticket is under $500. High ticket territory is 1K and above, right? Now from there, that's when you dive into the second thing, which is traffic. Now traffic, when you don't have a massive audience, especially if you have less than 10K followers, is going to ideally come from networking with people, right? Networking with, more specifically, the right people. Networking with ICP, which means your ideal client profile. So let's say you help people get 15% body fat, right? It would be wise of you to network with people who are actually overweight and want to get to 15% body fat, right? When you network with people who have that desire already, it's going to make your life way easier, and it's going to allow you to get the sale. Like I remember in the beginning, I would network with the wrong people, which made me so stuck. I was in the wrong places. I was in the wrong fishing pond, you could say, right? So I was just left over there feeling extremely hungry, right? But as soon as I changed that, I started networking with the right people. I started doing outreach, reaching out to tons of people, selling my time to reach out to people because I didn't want to spend money on ads. Things worked well. I started getting clients coming in through the door, right? And it's simply by doing it more consistently. By the way, I'm going to leave a video in the description. Watch that video on exactly how to do like outreach and network. I go more over it. It's actually a call that I had with 2 of my clients where I like explain more about that. But yeah, reaching out to people is one of the best ways, especially if you don't want to run ads, because if you are making anywhere lower than 10K a month, the best thing that you could do right now is doing more volume and reaching out to as much people as possible, because right now, literally no one knows you exist inside of your market, right? Like let's say you help 9-to-5 workers get jacked. Literally no one knows that you exist right now. Like just imagine if 5,000 people who wanted to get jacked and that work a 9-to-5 job simply knew that you exist and you had conversations with them. You can only imagine what would happen, right? So reaching out to people is the best, right? So yeah, simply sell your time. Like put in the reps, put in the work by reaching out to people, and then also creating content, because content is a long-term asset, right? Because when you create a video, that one video could reach multiple people, which helps you scale your relationship, which is overall just gonna be a high leverage point, right? So content is extremely good, and the best place to create content is simply YouTube, because long form videos nurture people more, so it builds KLT, which means people know you more, they like you more, and they trust you more, which is actually how you're able to get a sale, right? People don't just buy from random people. So when you create these longer videos where you give people more value about whatever it is that you offer, then you warm up your lead. A lead equals people that you could contact, right? You warm these people up, so then they'll be way more likely to buy, right? So yeah, YouTube is the best place, and it's also it promotes your video years down the road. So a video that you post from 1 year ago can possibly do good now. So because of the YouTube algorithm, this works extremely well. And then from there, the third pillar is conversion. Now, I personally use Skool for conversions, right? So I take people into my school group. Here's a great way to like nurture people and give people some resources, some value, warm them up, and then eventually from school you can get people to book a call, and once they become your client, then you just deliver. And the best way to deliver with an online fitness coaching business is by doing like one-on-one calls in the beginning, because like I mentioned, you're charging high ticket prices, so don't even think about like scaling in the beginning. Just getting as much clients as possible in the beginning is the biggest thing. And then after you get that, there's going to be more scalable models like group coaching, like something that I'm testing and I'm doing here and there right now, which is like, one to many, right? Like you have one meeting with like over like, let's say like 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 plus clients, 20 plus clients, right? So just high leverage, but in the beginning with delivery, just simple one-on-one calls is enough, right? And then if your clients need help, you could just give them value, but don't think too much about the product in the beginning. A mistake that I made, this is actually from one of my journals before I was successful. I don't have the exact page, but I posted a story about it inside of my Instagram. Oh, I flipped to the right page. Yeah, so I was pretty much trying to create the product right here before I had clients. So I would spend time overthinking about like, I need to create a course, I need to do this, I need to do that. When in reality, that's actually selfish, because I came to realize that if I get clients first and then they tell me the problems that they have, I could create the solution around that problem. Right now, I've already transformed my life, but each person has a unique way of doing it, right? So it's actually more valuable if you get the client first and then you create the product around the client. Like once you have, like, let's say like your first 10 clients, your product's gonna be 100 times better than when you had no clients or when you had 2 clients, right? So you wanna just get those clients coming in through the door in the beginning, right?